I was not good at reading, and reading, English, that sort of stuff didn't work. But Mrs. Williams was a tremendous math teacher and got me headed in the right direction. Now, here comes the decisions. I wanted to be an engineer, but I didn't do real well in high school. And so I think there was a guidance counselor there that counseled me a little bit and said, we can probably get you in the University of Maine in a 2-year program. And they kind of snuck me in the side door, I think, but it worked. And so I got a 2-year program, and I made a decision at that point, after I'd been out and worked a year, that really wasn't what I wanted to do. I really wanted to be a civil engineer instead of just a technician. And so I decided to go back and completed my Bachelor of Science in Engineering degree. It took an additional 3 years. Upon completing that, I went to work for a local geotechnical engineering firm in Bangor. And this is another important point. I was fortunate to get into a firm that had a principal in the firm that was excellent at mentoring. I learned so much from this gentleman, not only about engineering, but about engineering practice and about professionalism and how to meet clients and the whole business aspect. And I stayed with that firm for several years. I got licensed as a professional engineer. And then during one of the downturns in the economy, that firm decided to close their Bangor office where I was, and they were going to move us all to Portland. Decision. I decided that I couldn't go to Portland. I'd been there for a while and didn't like Southern Maine, so I was going to figure out how to stay in Central Maine or Bangor. So that decision was a big one, and I started my own firm in '79. Now, the other things that happened after that was you got to market the firm, and this is an important point that I want the graduates to hear too. You need to get involved in things other than just your job. In other words, you need to volunteer in other areas, meet other people, professional societies, get involved with town politics, committees, that sort of thing, because the people you meet in those opportunities generally open doors for you as time goes on. So don't hesitate to get out and volunteer. And the mentoring that I received during that first work experience paid tremendous benefits. So I look back and I had the opportunity to mentor many young people in my firm and also other engineers that I run into along the way. So I grew the firm. It's now, in fact, a little bigger than he just said. I met with some of the principals of the firm last week, and they said they're currently 168 people, and they're in all the states of New England except Connecticut, and they're going to try to open Connecticut this year. And the good news is they're doing it on their own, and they're not making me look bad. So that's good. The firm has done very well. And I transitioned the firm to younger owners in 2008. And again, looking back, that was a great opportunity for me to move on and retire. And it was pointed out, I spent my retirement, primarily chasing fish. I got licensed as a guide, and so I guided a few fishing trips. But the things I want to leave the graduates with is volunteering is very important. Get involved with other organizations, different than what your job may be, but that'll open doors. And the other thing, this was told to me many times, I was told that, gee, you've done well, you've been lucky. The bottom line is that how do you work, the luckier you get. You'll hear that many times. And I hope you're very successful.
I was hoping for a fishing story. Okay, our third inductee to the class of 2025 is Ms. Janine Thomas. Unfortunately, Janine couldn't join us tonight, but we're going to honor her anyway. Janine graduated from PCHS in 1990 and went on to Stonehill College, where she earned a BS in economics. And then she received her master's in psychology from the California Institute of Integral Studies. She is an independent filmmaker, creating a film initially titled Avenue of the Giants. It will not come out as that title next fall, but it should be in theaters coming right up, right from our little town of Guilford. Janine is also the local business owner of Maine Coffee in Mercantile. It used to be Craft Cafe. And Janine is unable to attend, but she did send in an address to the graduates and she asked me to read that. Janine says, I have sat where you sit tonight, and I wondered in excitement and perhaps a little suspension of what the rest of my life might look like. I can assure you there is a beautiful journey that awaits you, a journey that will lead you to your purpose. The recipe for success is to learn to love and believe in yourself. Trust yourself. Trust what feels right in your heart and look for the lessons in all that life throws at you, as it will throw many curveballs and roadblocks along the way. Find the lessons and continue forward, just as if you were playing a video game. Level up, PCHS grads. Someone recently said that we are holding the brush of history in our hands. And I say to this, be a noble artist with that brush and paint beauty, paint love, paint goodness into the world. Leave this world a better place for your children, for your grandchildren, and those that follow them. Don't travel in fear, as fear will just pull you down and keep you down. Don't travel alone, as if it takes a village. It takes support, both giving and getting along the way. Live a life in which you thrive amongst others. Whether you choose to stay local or relocate to a big city or somewhere in between, know that you have been prepared. Like me, you will owe your success in part to this wonderful community that has helped shape the future of you, the future of you. Be grateful and return often because of that. I will end with a little wisdom that I live by, and I encourage you to think of, if you may. And it's a story. One evening, a Native American Cherokee told his grandson about a battle that goes on inside people. He said, "My son, the battle is between two wolves inside of us. One wolf breeds evil. It is anger, envy, jealousy, regret, greed, self-pity, secrets, lies, and ego. The other breeds goodness, and it breeds joy, peace, love, kindness, forgiveness, truth, passion, and faith." The grandson thought about this for a moment, and then he asked his grandfather, "Grandpa, which wolf wins?" The old Cherokee simply replied, "The one you feed, my son." For you and for your journey and for the world at large, please be mindful of the wolf that you feed. Congratulations, class of 2025. Paint away, Miss Janine Thomas. That may be a little emotional there. Probably not a good thing to get ready for this next part. Within the SAT Board graduation policy, there is a provision by where the principal is given the authority to bestow honorary diplomas. I'm allowed to do so when a past student who didn't finish high school accomplishes some sort of educational or vocational feat. In my service as principal here and at other high schools, I have given honorary diplomas out to students who didn't graduate but did amazing things in the military, or attained a degree at another institution of higher learning, or if they just simply were an amazing volunteer for their town, for their community. Tonight, it gives me great pleasure to award an honorary diploma to a former PCHS student who did not finish high school. You see, he was incredibly challenged by math, and he was embarrassed to tell anybody about it. He would not raise his hand, and instead hid those things in other ways. He would not go to a guidance counselor or a teacher for help because he would be admitting this weakness that he had. So, over time, he just stopped going to school. Regretting it to this very day, he could not keep going and still live his life without trying to do something about his high school diploma. He did also try to get his GED, but even then he could not pass the mathematics part of the test. It was just a hurdle too large to overcome. But in spite of not graduating or getting a GED, this person went into the workforce, and by all standards has led an incredible and productive life, meaningful, working hard, incredibly long hours, doing these things to support his family, to be a contributing member of society. 31 years at Huhtamaki in Waterville, which makes the Chinet plates. Throughout his career, however, the lack of a GED or high school diploma got in the way of any sort of upward mobility or any change in job. And that was difficult for him. Until last June, he decided to give education another try. He enrolled in the Northeast Technical Institute to attempt taking classes to get his CDL license. To enroll, he needed to get his high school transfer, which is how I became to know this gentleman. I explained to him that, hey, if you're interested and you get this done, I would love to bestow an honorary diploma at that time. Well, this spring, I received an email with a copy of this certificate from the Northeast